Another season of Teddy Santis MiUSA shoes has finally ended. Now it's time to rank them. Some people might be confused on what shoes qualify for Season 3 of Teddy Santis MiUSA. For the shoes in Season 3, I'm going to be including the Navy 996 that released early on in 2023, the MiUSA Grade A pack, as well as the 9 shoes that were revealed together. I'm going to be ranking a total of 14 shoes for Season 3, and unlike in Season 2, for Season 3, I think all shoes are pretty solid. I'd be willing to wear all of them. In Season 2, there were a few shoes that I actually didn't like, but for Season 3 and Season 1, all the shoes are pretty nice in my opinion, and I definitely wear all of them. However, I do think some are a lot better than others. Starting at number 14, we have the 996 in the sulfur and green colorway. Again, I don't dislike any of the shoes, but this is the one shoe from Season 3 that I kind of didn't really care too much about. I like this colorway a lot better in the 990 V6, and I think the sulfur color on the yellow utilized on this 996 didn't really look too good. It kind of looks like piss in my opinion, and while the yellow and green colorway is pretty nice, I just don't think it was executed that well on this 996. Coming in at number 13 is the 996 in the navy colorway. This shoe ranks really low because this is just very similar to a core navy 996. I know it has elevated materials, I can definitely appreciate that, and it's not exactly the same as the core navy colorway, but there's nothing too special about this colorway in my opinion, but it is pretty versatile and solid regardless. Coming in at number 12 is the 998 in the plum colorway. The shade of purple is cool, I love the 998, but I just really didn't care too much for this shoe in general. I was pretty surprised that I didn't really jump on this shoe when it first came out. Despite this being a louder colorway, I didn't really care too much for it. I thought it was relatively plain. It was too simple for me and didn't utilize any special materials, and that's why it ranks low. Coming in at number 10 and 11 is the 998 and 996 in the Marblehead and Indigo colorway. Both of these shoes are pretty solid colorways, especially on the 998 and 996 models. However, I thought this colorway on these two models weren't as executed as well as the V4 and V6, and were a bit too simple for my taste, although I will say the 998 suede quality is amazing and is the best out of all 4 shoes in this colorway. They're both solid neutral tone pairs, but the colorway wasn't that well executed on the silhouettes. Coming in at number 9 is the 990 V6 in the limestone and brown colorway. This is a solid clean and neutral tone 990 V6, however I preferred this colorway's execution on the 990 V4 better, but I can appreciate how it looks on the V6 with the contrasting tones of brown in the front and back of the shoe with the limestone core in the middle. Coming in at number 8 is the 990 V4 in the calcium white and green colorway. This is a nice low-key heat type of colorway. The shoe is made out of mostly white leather, which is nice, and I do like the green accent colors around the shoe. It's a simple and clean shoe, but it is relatively plain in my opinion. And we've made it to the halfway mark. Coming in at number 7 is the 990 V6 in the Marblehead and Indigo colorway. I think this colorway looks really dope on the V6 silhouette. The V6 has so much potential for both neutral and loud colorways, and this is a great execution of a neutral tone and low-key colorway on the V6. I love how they inserted the contrasting indigo tones onto the V6 in those accent colored panels with a solid Marblehead base. It works really well on the V6 silhouette. Coming in at number 6 is the 990 V4 in the plum colorway. I like the execution of the plum colorway on the 990 V4 a lot better than the 998, and that's solely because of the hairy suede. The 998's plum colorway was relatively plain, but I really like how the V4s had the hairy suede to really elevate the colorway. It's not just a purple shoe, it's a purple shoe with an added bit of different texture, which I really appreciate. Coming in at number 5 is the 990 V4 in the limestone and brown colorway. This is a very clean neutral tone V4 colorway. I think it's really fire. There aren't any special materials. The limestone white looks really great, and that pop of light brown in the back really brings the shoe together, and I really love the white leather accents around the shoe where nubuck is typically found. I can't wait to wear this shoe more often during the fall and winter seasons. Coming in at number 4 is the 996 in the pink haze colorway. I say it all the time, I'm gonna say it again, New Balance always kills it with pink shoes. This 996 colorway is no exception. Got hairy suede, got great contrasting accents with the cream white meshes and the gray suede, as well well as a hit of white leather in the back. This is a very quality shoe, and this shade of pink haze is very fire, and it looks great on the 996 silhouette. We've made it to the top 3. Coming in at number 3 is my favorite neutral tone shoe of the season, and that is the 990 V4 in the Marblehead and Indigo colorway. The Marblehead and Indigo colorway by far looks the best on the V4, and I gotta give it to the accent tones of the Indigo in the right places on the V4. I love the placement of the Indigo nubuck on the shoe in contrast to the Marblehead hairy suede. That's another reason why I prefer the V4 in this colorway over the V6, and that's because all of the Marblehead gray suede is hairy. You guys know I love the hairy suede. I love how it adds another bit of complexity to the shoe, adds more texture to the shoe. I really like it when neutral tone shoes throw in a different type of material to make it stand out a bit more while still being a neutral tone shoe, and that's what this V4 does really well. And you guys know I'm gonna be wearing this a lot more often during the colder months. Coming in at number 2 is a shoe I didn't expect to like that much, and that is the 990 V6 in the sulfur and green colorway. When I first saw this shoe, I thought it was pretty interesting, but I didn't really care too much about it just in the images, but I was interested in it because it was like the only other louder colorway that was somewhat interesting, and it was on the V6. But after getting these in hand, oh my god, this shoe is gonna be one of the most underrated GRs in season 3. I mean, you have to get it in hand. The sulfur yellow is perfect in the suede panels. The sulfur yellow meshes also work really well, and then what you really have to do is swap out the laces for the green laces to add another layer of contrast. Then that just completes the look of the shoe. New Balance and Teddy Santis killed it with this colorway, and it's a shame this shoe is going to be flying under the radar for a lot of people, because if you're into the more colorful shoes, I definitely recommend getting this shoe. This colorway is so fire, and I highly recommend wearing it as much as you can before the beginning of fall and winter. And moving on to the best shoe of season 3, and that easily goes to the 990 V6 in the magenta and limestone colorway. I could not stop wearing this shoe during the summer. You guys know I love the V6 silhouette, and this was by far the loudest and most interesting colorway from season 3. This shoe is a head turner. It catches the eye of so many people whenever I wear it, and I just love the colorway. You get a neutral tone base, but then the added pop of the magenta and purple just makes the shoe look so fire. And of course, I had to switch out the laces for the purple laces to make the shoe stand out even more. A head turning colorway for the V6 easily makes this my #1 shoe of Teddy Santis Season 3. And that's gonna do it for my ranking for Teddy Santis Season 3. What do you guys think of my ranking, and what were your guys' favorite pairs from Season 3? I'd definitely like to know down in the comments. So that's gonna do it for this video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Follow me on my socials. Check out the Intelligence site for more New Balance content and guides. If you really love the video, please consider leaving a super thanks in the tip jar below. And thanks for watching.